Okay, so we've waited 2 weeks to hear about Elden Ring, so I think we've just got to get straight into it, haven't we?
Ooh, you
think
started
so.
with me then.
So before we start, Addison, I do have a little segue that's going to lead us in because obviously the new film had the Riddler in it. So Matt sent me this one, by the way. So I come in many forms, but always a circle, holding diamonds, emeralds, rubies, and sometimes the colour purple. What am I?
Lord of the Rings.
Correct, right, you can carry on now.
It's a fucking ring. Fuck's sake.
Honestly, I zone out straight away when someone starts throwing a riddle at me. I'm just like,
You just like had like
I just go.
the first less fucking word. For this.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Sorry, what did you say?
Right, I'm taking my Batman mask off now because that was fucking
What did you
tight.
do for the whole of the film? Jesus, did you zone out for most of it?
Just wait until Batman. So, so he'll figure it out. He'll figure it out.
Can you please shut up? Because I now can finally talk about Elden Ring. I have been
Silence everyone.
for
Shut
about
the
a
fuck
year
up.
for this. Yeah, so Elden Ring came out about 2 weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks on Friday, this coming Friday. Put about 35 hours into it, so I've got a good sort of headway into it now.
Nice.
But that's not even that bad. I think that's
Yeah, I've heard-
Yeah, those are
Yeah,
rookie numbers.
Yeah, I don't think 35 hours over 2 weeks is that bad.
No, I've heard like
It's
I've seen
very
some
tame.
tweets where people are like, I put 90 hours and it's still like I'm finding new things every day.
And it's the first day it's out.
So
Yeah,
35 hours in, I barely feel like I've seen anything, and
Is it
I
because you
can
can't
see
get
why all
past the
those
first
reviews
boss?
were so. What's that? Sorry.
Is that because you can't get past the first boss?
Yeah, I'm good at this game, man.
Souls Pro.
I'm a Dark Souls vet now, so I'm all good. Sam's the noob. How have you been getting on with it?
Yeah, actually, not too bad so far. I
I've
think
played 38 hours of it.
I played 38 hours and,
In a day.
He bought it yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird because like I was gonna wait for your review until I considered buying it, and for ages I was just like, nah, I haven't really gotten on with those games, and I kind of want to take a bit of a break from kind of open world games. So I kind of want to go on a bit of a protest in a weird way. I don't know why.
No, that's fair. I totally get that. I kind of feel the same way about open worlds recently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whenever I go to play a game, I'm like, I just want something kind of linear that's not going to take hours and hours.
Yeah.
And just sink all my time into.
So many games
yeah.
are open world now as well. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
feel like that has changed somewhat with this game because the open world is just so good. It's the easiest way, and loads of people have already made this comparison, so this is nothing new. It's similar in concept to how Breath of the Wild works,
yeah.
in that you've
Not-
got this whole open world to explore. You can go whichever way you want within
Yeah.
reason, and it will just be you getting absolutely clapped that stops you from doing that.
Yeah,
And it is obviously dialed up to like 100 in this.
yeah. I think for me, like what's really worked with the open world is that in usual kind of Dark Souls and Bloodborne, things like that. Obviously, those are quite relatively linear experiences from what I've played anyway. I don't know how accurate that is, but anyway,
Yeah.
I find that with this, if you come up against something that is kicking your ass, you can just be like, all right, fuck it, I'm just gonna go this way instead,
Yeah,
and you can kind of walk away from it.
yeah. I was
Fuck
gonna
this, I'm off to
bring that
Burger
up as a
King.
point. What's that? Sorry?
Yeah,
I said, fuck this, I'm off to Burger King.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I was going to kind of bring that up as a selling point that this is a good one to go in on because you can do that.
yeah,
So my brother's been playing as well. He got it the same day I did, but he's only played Bloodborne. And this plays a lot. It plays more like Dark Souls than it does Bloodborne.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
the combat and stuff is quite different. Well, it's the same concept but quite different.
Yeah.
So he's struggled with some things, but he's just been exploring the world and like leveling up slowly, so that when he gets to it, he can just do it and like
yeah.
tank it a bit better.
Yeah, like I'm obviously we spoke on WhatsApp yesterday because I thought I'd got to a point where I had to beat a boss.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like at that point where I was like, oh, fucking hell, here we go. Here comes the fucking Dark Souls.
I thought you were
part,
talking another language when you were messaging each other about it. I was
Yeah,
like,
he had
what
a
the
weird name.
fuck is going on? I've got to
Can't really
take
say.
the sword of Drazelmir to the
Azeroth!
to the
Yeah, his
flight of
name's
the
weird.
Concords.
It's like Abraham Lincoln or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, because their names normally have like titles and stuff, so it always looks a bit weird. And then when you talk about locations and that just
Yeah, it was like the table of
that
desire.
enemy isn't even a boss, by the way.
The table
that
of
not a
desire.
That-
It's made of glass.
What's that table area called, Addison? I've already forgotten.
is it something like the Round Table of Grace or something like that, or of Lost
Yeah,
Grace?
that sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, so Grace in this is basically your bonfires.
Yeah.
Which also act as a sort of it's the closest you get to having a quest marker,
Yeah.
because you'll
I have
get
a
to the
question.
site of Grace.
I have no idea what the fuck is the story of this.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I haven't really been paying attention.
Seriously, it's not that sort of game.
It's pain. That's
Yeah.
what the story is.
So it's
mean,
literally
if
not
I
a story
said-
game.
No, if I said what is the story of Breath of the Wild, what would you say?
Cooking meat.
Link goes to stop Ganondorf.
Like every Zelda
But-
Which
game.
Kind
doesn't
of
sell it.
It's kind of the same concept. You just kind of let loose to go kill something.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's a lot.
But there are story
it's-
elements in Breath of the Wild. Like
There's a
when
lot
you're
of
going to
lore.
like help all the people and whatnot, and they're all like Animal Crossing speak. I don't think they do that at all.
in this, it's more. There's a lot of lore. There is more sort of walking about story and the quests, which there kind of are easier to follow in this than like Dark Souls, because you are kind of given a general objective, but there's no like quest log or anything like that.
No.
Okay.
It's just you kind of have to talk to them, try and figure out what they actually want,
Gross.
and then potentially bring something back or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. Like, I was playing it last night and I was just like, running around, exploring, fighting, and I was kind of like, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I don't care. Like, I'm just enjoying the experience. Like,
Yeah,
Oh, live
it's not a game where you
yeah.
have a story to follow or anything like that. It's
Okay.
just not that sort of game.
So it's mainly
Yeah.
for gameplay then, basically.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that kind of puts me off in a way because I kind of feel like, what's the point?
Well, the benefit of this is that it's so easy to dip in and out of, because
Okay.
you don't ever
Yeah.
feel like
So-
you're going to get lost.
So this is a relaxing game. Is that what you're saying?
It's relaxing punishment.
Yeah.
I will say, other than that one guy who I was struggling with,
Who wasn't even a boss.
it wasn't even a boss.
Get good.
He was an NPC
Get good.
invader, for anyone wondering who is familiar.
He's the easiest one in the game. Children have played that character and beat him.
I'm so glad I could just walk away from that fight because I was like, nah, I'm not.
What's his name? Like the
again.
Flame of Godumfrey or something? Is it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that's the name.
That's pretty much just a random name generator, isn't it, for those characters?
Yeah. But
The
there have been
something
some,
of
like,
the something is the.
something of the something. There have been some enemies, like massive enemies, where like they'll fucking drop down out of nowhere. I'm like, oh shit! I'm like, I'm gonna get fucked, and then like they kill me a few times, but I'm able to beat them.
Yeah, I think
which
I
is
know
quite nice.
possibly the enemy you mean, if you're where I think you are.
Yeah,
And yeah, they look super intimidating, but they're not that bad, especially in the area
Yeah.
you are. I imagine you are.
the noob area.
The
The tutorial, yeah.
How did you fight? Did you try and fight the Tree Sentinel, which is the boss that a lot of people have been kind of getting hung up on immediately?
I think they're called Ents.
Oh, is that the when
Gun
you kind of
horse.
come out? Yeah. I had a one shot at him. Was like he killed me. I think I had 2 goes, and I was like,
Yeah.
fuck it.
Yeah, that
was
enemy is there to teach you that it's okay to fuck off and ignore them for a little bit.
I like it.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean it works because I was like, yeah, I can walk away from this.
Yes,
not
so
worth
that boss is actually the second boss most people fight. But I accidentally skipped the tutorial section because
How'd you
this
do that?
game is built that you can do that. Because to
Okay. I
do the
suppose if you
tutorial,
play
you
it
have to
again,
drop down
Yeah.
into this like little bit, which I'm not sure if you did it or not, Sam.
I can't remember.
There's just you're in a cave and you drop down. There's like a little tutorial bit and it'll walk you through some of the controls.
Yeah, rings a bell. Yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
I went straight through the doors and
Oh right, I see.
walked straight into that guy. And got absolutely clapped and had to come back from later.
That's pretty cool. I do like the whole leveling up system as well. How that works.
How does
Yeah,
that
so
work?
it's like super. What's that?
How does that work? For
So
us who
it's
do
it's
not
like
know.
it's like an RPG sort of system.
Okay.
You've got these bunch of stats that you put points into. Each point gives you a level,
Yeah, got you.
Okay.
and you get these skills to level up from defeating enemies and stuff like that.
Okay, so you can like,
Which is similar to how
stronger,
it works in Bloodborne, Dark Souls. Yeah.
stronger
So can
weapons and shit
you
like that.
go back and fight kind of easier bosses to grind up your skills? Is that something you can do?
Once
like, a bit
you've
like Final
killed a
Fantasy?
boss, for the most part, they stay dead. I don't think there's any that resurrect, but I don't want to say there isn't because I definitely haven't seen them all.
Yeah.
And then it's the sort of mob enemies that come back every time you rest or die.
Okay. And they're the ones you
But-
can kind of grind on. That's
Yeah, I mean, personally, I haven't ever.
I'm glad you
What's
said it.
I said to grind on. I didn't like that. Was what I meant with that. You can grind and get points from them, not grind on them.
You can grind
You
on
can
them to
never
get
tell
points.
That was an honest mistake there. I apologize.
I've never felt the need to grind in this game.
It's just so good.
Yeah, thank you. But I think that's more the way it's built because you can just go do one section.
I have
another, quite
I have a really tough time wanting to play this game. I see gameplay footage of it and I'm like, looks alright, looks okay, but nothing's like really pulling me into it. I don't. What do I need?
feel like
What do I
you'll play
need?
it and then get angry at me and Sam for liking it.
Maybe, yeah, perhaps that's
I
it.
want that episode now. Can you just?
Yeah.
Why do you like these games? Fuck you.
What is this? We played a bit of Dark
Godzilla
Souls.
vs Kong is the best film I've ever seen.
We played a bit of Dark Souls at Christmas, didn't we? In your living room, and
Yeah.
I did enjoy it. It was good, but it wasn't like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. It was like,
No.
yeah,
And this is basically Dark Souls 4 for
just like polished
want of a
version.
better word.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a totally different world. Well, as far as I'm aware, it is. But the
It's gonna be the big twist at the
gameplay is basically Dark Souls. I will add one thing that's a massive bonus. This is the first game I've ever played where I've liked the horse.
Yes.
Oh wow, okay,
It
yeah,
is so good.
yeah, no, that's
I was-
Satisfying to ride.
surprising.
I literally thought of you when I was riding that horse. It's a pretty weird phrase.
Okay, yeah,
You're pointing
But
at
I
the
was
screen like I know who are you talking about, Addison or Matt? Because Matt doesn't like horses.
I
Addison,
assume
Addison.
Yeah.
Because I was like, thinking, like, wow, the horse like movement is so easy in this, and I know
yeah.
Addison hates horse gameplay normally.
Yeah, I hate it. Like I've said it on this before, but for anyone who doesn't know, I hate horses in any game. Red Dead 2, The Witcher, whatever.
Red Dead 2
any
is probably one
horse
of the
in any
better ones
game.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, they all suck.
You don't like a Barbie's equestrian school? Unbelievable.
That is the peak.
That is the
to be
peak.
fair.
Yeah.
But it's really smooth, isn't it? And you can get on and off it so easily.
So quick.
And
Yeah, like you have
the
to
way
wait for
the
horse to
combat
come over.
works, it's the first time I've seen like swordplay combat on a horse work well. So I'm
Okay.
playing a melee build. I think Sam, you're doing a bit more magic, aren't you?
Magic. Yeah.
And that's another thing I think they've improved on this from Dark Souls.
That's
The
what I was going to
magic
ask. Is kind of like, how many different classes are there, and do they like really vary, like how you play?
So
Like-
starting wise, there's like what 10 maybe.
Oh
Yeah,
wow, that's
wow.
quite a lot then. Yeah.
Yeah. But all that is
Two of them are ridiculous though, right? I think one's like a prisoner. He's got like a jar on his head, and then there's like another one. It's like,
yeah, but I think that's actually an alright class. Then there's
Okay,
the Wrecked,
yeah.
which will be a level 1 character where all your stats are 1. All those classes are doing are changing those starting stats and your starting equipment.
let's make it harder, I
Right,
guess,
yeah.
for people. Yeah.
Yeah,
More of a
so
challenge.
it's a good starting off point, but you don't actually have to. So Sam picked a more magic class, but he could.
So he
easily,
starts off with better magic stats. but-
yeah,
Yeah.
but a particular type of magic. There's more than
Okay. So do all characters play the same then, in that respect?
No,
No. Okay.
not really. Like the controls are all the same.
Yeah.
If Sam picked up the swords and gear that I had, and then spec'd it the same way, he could play basically my character.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously,
Yeah.
it'd be more of a grind and
Yeah.
stuff.
But
yeah.
because he started with all the magic stuff, he will probably be more effective with magic even now than I might be, because I've done like basically none.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's got more questions, I feel.
No.
I know,
fine,
it's when
I can
Matt's
see
pen
it.
comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I've got another one.
That's what I know, he's got something to say.
I've thrown it away.
Sir, please, I need to ask
No, the
another
pen
one.
was helpful.
I'll bring it back.
Well, what is your next question?
No, I think that's probably it. To be honest, I need to just play it. I think to like try and get
Yeah, I'd
into
say
it.
give it a go, but I'd say give it a good
Okay, I have got a question actually.
Okay.
Is this a good starting point for Souls games?
Yes. I
Yeah?
think this
I
is
would say
probably
so.
now the
Ooh.
best starting point.
Okay, yeah.
Because you have that freedom to go off and do other stuff.
Mm.
The open world is so that it's open
Yeah.
that you can just, if you find something that you're just hitting, it's like hitting a brick wall,
Yeah, yeah,
just turn around and go do something else, level up
Okay.
a little bit,
yeah, yeah.
and then try it again. Because that little break, you'll come back to it, one, with actual stronger equipment, and two,
Yeah. I guess you'll feel better as well, wouldn't you? If
Yeah,
you're like, oh
exactly.
shit,
That-
yeah, now I can beat this guy. Yeah. So you're just kind of working
Yeah.
your way up. Bit like Breath
That's
of the Wild,
it,
I suppose. Yeah.
That's the addiction for me. Like,
Yeah.
is like, you know, I really gave Bloodborne a good go like a few
Yeah.
years back, and just about got past like the first boss,
yeah,
and then was like, oh, it was just like the constant repetition of the level over and over and
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
That's put me off.
And we don't
Whereas
have to do that with
this-
this. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I
Alright.
went into this, like I said, not being much of a Souls fan, you know, at all. But it was one of those things where, you know, when people just keep talking about a game, you just keep seeing it
Yeah.
on Twitter.
yeah.
And I was just like, there must be something more to this game than what I've experienced.
Oh
with
yeah,
previous
only got
Souls
like a
games.
10 out of 10 for like
Yeah, I
20
think
different
today-
reviews.
Oh,
Yeah.
because Sam's
Day
like,
before
I'm
it
going to
came
spend
out.
£50 to prove them wrong.
Yeah,
From
I'm
software
gonna
just
fuck
rubbing
up
their
that
hands
Metacritic
together.
score.
Yeah.
And now he's confirmed.
0. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, this game's actually pretty good.
Because previously I would have said Bloodborne is probably the best one to go in on,
Okay.
because
Yeah.
the combat and the systems are slightly simplified.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay.
But it still does have that you're going to die over and over again to begin with, and then there's a tipping point where you get better and like you can do most things
Okay.
and kind of get how the systems work.
I have another question.
That's really like,
This
do
is
I want to
just
get this game
question
today?
time.
I don't prefer the pen.
Yeah, I have a question. I've forgotten it. No.
it makes the questions more important with the pen.
Yeah. No one can see the pen,
you're a
but I'm holding a
reporter.
pen. It's got like not much ink in it left, but
He's
it's a
totally
pen.
going to forget his question by the time he's...
So, for like quests, quotation marks, is it just killing people? Is that all you do in the game, or is there like fetch quests and shit like that?
There are kind of fetch quests.
Okay.
The main gameplay loop is going and killing things.
Okay.
But you will meet these NPCs who, in a very cryptic way, will say, I need this thing. It's kind of in that vague direction. And then you have to go find it. And sometimes
Okay.
you don't know what the fucking item is.
So you might say that they give you a riddle.
Fuck's sake.
Right.
I love how you're not even hosting this. You're segueing the fuck up.
I mean, I think it's a bit early for the main topic of this episode.
Yeah, let's talk about Batman.
Yeah. Cut in the rest, edit in the rest later.
Yeah, I would say, like, as a final point, I would say if you're interested, try and give it a go, but put a fair few hours into it.
Okay.
I think you need that beginning bit.
I'll go
to
around
kind
Sam's and play it.
I assumed you would
Feel
anyway.
free.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
See, I've
wasn't
got a really
planning to,
important.
but yeah.
I've got a really important question that I know a lot of people are going to want to know the answer to. Can you name the horse?
No, it's called Torrent.
I'm not buying it. Fuck it. No, that's it.
But it does have horns, like goat horns.
Yeah,
which is pretty
and
cool.
you can. It's
not a goat though, is it?
It is a magic horse that you can summon.
And it has the most beautiful double
Okay.
jump I've ever seen. in
Oh,
a game.
it's a good
double jump. What the
So they
fuck?
have like rainbows
Yeah.
off the back of it, like a unicorn.
Well,
It shoots
almost,
it up
it's
its
got
arse.
that kind of vibe. it jumps, and then it like when you jump again, it's like this little like magic, like it's almost like a
magic
ripple.
platform. Yeah.
Yeah,
A ripple comes out of its
like-
arse,
Yeah.
ripple.
How
and
do
it
you even
makes a
find
little
magic,
toot
actually?
noise.
Yeah. Have I been finding magic?
Yeah, because I've seen gameplay videos of some of the magic things. I'm like, I really want to do that, but as a melee build, I can't.
I'm actually because it's weird. I don't usually go for magic builds in like RPGs. I'm normally like more melee build or
I always
stealth.
do. Literally,
Which is
always.
funny because I'm normally
Yeah.
the other way around. Normally I go for a magic build, and in these
Oh,
games
right.
I just find the strength builds so much easier.
Yeah.
I've literally been playing
But-
Mass Effect, and literally there's like a biotic build, which is basically the magic build, and I've literally just gone for that
Yeah.
like every time.
Oddly enough, I did. Yeah, I went for that Mass Effect as well. That's the one where I actually love like the more magic-y kind of side.
Yeah.
But I love like
science.
archery and shit as well.
Archery, yeah, and it's
Um,
not normally something I pick up in those sort of games like Skyrim. I just find it a bit boring.
What's that?
My first playthrough
Archery,
was
yeah,
archery
yeah.
in that.
Was it? Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool. Can you do archery in this?
Yes, I don't know
Ah.
how effective it is to do as like a main class. It might be possible. It definitely wasn't in the earlier in like the Dark Souls games, but it might be in this.
All right.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah, I've been liking the magic in this. I've only got like still got the base 2 spells that you start off with,
Yeah.
but there was like a thing that I
So
think you can.
you're doing intelligence magic.
Yes.
The blue
yeah.
ones, basically.
Yeah, the blue magic.
Oh, shit,
Um,
magic.
I have a couple of spells that
So
I can do.
This magic talk makes me want to get it.
Yeah, it looks awesome as well. I love like the little rune that comes up when you do the magic. It looks really cool. But
Yeah.
I kind of went for it because I I had kind of heard that it was a good class for a noob because it offers you long range combat as opposed
Okay,
to
yeah.
melee
So you don't have to
close
get in
range.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I think it really has helped because you can stand back and throw some fucking spells but you do get a sword as well. So I'm getting a bit more confident with the close range combat
Battle
now.
mage. I always go for a battle mage every fucking time.
Battle mages are pretty
Yeah.
cool. They're like the perfect like balance. So yeah, I think if you got this game, I think you'd
Okay.
quite enjoy the astrologer class. I
Okay.
think it's the
Yeah, I think that's what you
Soldier.
went for.
yeah.
The soldier.
Mark
Shoulder-
is so fucking
shoulder.
lost right now.
I'm confused, but I'm enjoying it. It's I think.
Do you
I like the
reckon you'll
vibe.
go in despite not being able to name the horse?
I think for me, it's one of them. I'm probably going to pick up at some stage. It's just I've got
When it's
I've got
£5.
RPGs and stuff I want to play currently.
That's fair.
so-
This
yeah,
is
there you go,
an
so many
games.
absolute time sink. It
yeah, exactly.
is so big. I keep finding like new areas and going, how the fuck is there more to this game? I don't think you will have found it yet, Sam, but there's like a lift
No.
that takes you down, and there's an underground map.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
Holy fuck!
So
That's
just
pretty cool.
Having that as well it's just fucking huge.
It's when
Yeah.
they do another level and it's like a sky map.
Yeah,
Oh fuck!
could
Skyward
be.
Sword.
Easily could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not like a big empty world. It's like a big world full of stuff.
Yeah, you hear that, Pokemon Arceus?
Yeah. Yeah.
The stuff in this world.
For me, it's the random like monsters that just kind of pop up. Like I was running across this area, it was kind of like I don't know how to describe it, like a shallow lake, kind of in these woods, just running
puddle.
along, and then
Puddle, yeah.
a massive puddle. And out of nowhere, this fucking like massive lobster-like creature just
Oh,
kinda
yeah.
came
That's
out, and I was like,
Another question I was going to ask actually is like how are the creature designs and everything? They look pretty cool.
Really
from the
good,
pictures.
really
yeah.
solid in this one. Yeah, they're suitably weird
Mm.
and
Yeah.
sometimes really fucking weird, and you're like, what is going on?
Okay. Yeah.
I love it. I think they're so fucking good. It's one of my
Yeah.
favorite things actually.
Okay.
So
That's
unique.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and very little repetition between like different areas.
Yeah.
You will get like mob enemies that look very similar and
Mm.
are basically the same thing.
But different like variations.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Pretty cool.
you just keep
so-
finding new ones.
There was a point when I was running through, it's probably that fucking forest again, all of a sudden this fire skull just hit me out of nowhere, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Where the fuck is that coming from?
yeah. I think I know where you are.
Yeah.
Have you done Margit? Does that mean anything to you?
Margaret.
Okay.
Who the fuck's
Margaret.
that is basically the first story boss.
Okay. Yeah, no, definitely not.
Cool.
Yeah. So give it a go.
It definitely sounds like it'd be
Yeah.
quite a cool thing to pick up, like a game guide for that's got all the pictures of the baddies.
That would be cool, actually.
It'd be
Yeah.
a big fucking book.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I don't even
Sekiro.
know how many
Bible.
bosses there are. I've fought so many, and I know I haven't seen even like half.
Exciting
That's
times.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I've seen this. I've seen a Sekiro one, and it's like a fucking massive, chunky book, and it goes for a lot of money as well.
Yeah, but
So I imagine this one will be the same.
yeah.
Probably takes about £1,000 to print.
Yeah.
Jesus, yeah, fuck.
Let's cut down this whole forest.